On June 14, 2025, Gainbridge Fieldhouse buzzed with palpable excitement as Caitlin Clark stepped onto the hardwood for the first time since suffering a strained quadriceps on May 24th. The rookie sensation's homecoming coincided with Indiana's decision to waive Ari McDonald just a day earlier in the return of Sophie Cunningham from an ankle injury. Cunningham would log 18 minutes with 5 points and 4 rebounds. The Fever, now 5-10 overall and 3-3 in the Commissioner's Cup, faced a New York Liberty squad boasting a 12-3 record and an identical 3-3 cup mark, though New York was shorthanded without Jonquil Jones' foot and Leonie Fibic Eurobasket duty, absences that contributed to their bench being outscored 28-17. Welcome to Jentatsky Sports, your spot for all things sports. From legendary moments and big-time plays to inspiring stories and deep dives, we bring you the content that keeps the game alive. If you love sports as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. The Liberty roared out to a 17-6 lead behind Sabrina Ionescu's mid-range pull-up and Breanna Stewart's physical drives. Yet at the 3:06 mark, Clark delivered her first of 7 triples on 13 attempts with a classic three-point play, sparking momentum that crescendoed in a 38-second blitz. Deep strikes from 33, 27 and 31 feet erased the deficit and left Indiana trailing by only 2, the crowd's fervor shifting palpably. Clark's impact exploded in the second quarter, where she amassed 25 of her eventual 32 points before halftime, converting 10 of 21 from the field and threading 9 assists through a stifled New York defense. Her gravity on the wing unlocked Kelsey Mitchell's cutters and Lexi Hull, who finished with 8 points, 2 rebounds and 2 of 3 from 3, crafted timely back cuts. As the buzzer sounded, Indiana held a 53-50 edge, forcing the Liberty into their first halftime deficit of the season. Determined to wrest control, New York erupted with a 9-0 run capped by Ionescu's dagger and Yara Sabali's aggressive cuts. Indiana countered with a 17-0 surge, driven by Mitchell's relentless perimeter assault and Aaliyah Boston's commanding presence. She logged 34 minutes, poured in 10 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, and anchored the paint defense. That spurt vaulted Indiana to an 80-71 advantage as the third period closed. In the final stanza, the Fever's cohesion proved unassailable. Sydney Colson's lone triple in 13 minutes, 1 of 1 from deep for 3 points, ignited a sequence of deep strikes. Clark and Mitchell traded pull-up bombs, while Boston finished drives through traffic. Though Stewart responded with 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks, the Liberty could not claw back. A late cut-in from Cunningham and an offensive board sealed the 102-88 outcome, halting New York's 9-game streak and heralding Clark's triumphant return. Indiana's fortunes now orbit around Clark's multifaceted brilliance. Her 32-point outing, complete with 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block, instantly elevated perimeter gravity, creating driving lanes and kickouts that define the Fever's modern identity. The team's collective 17 of 35, 48.6%. Accuracy from deep underscores and elite shooting ethos. Yet over-reliance on long-range barrage risks exposing interior defensive gaps against size-dominant opponents. To capitalize on this momentum, Indiana must diversify their offensive arsenal, incorporating mid-range pull-ups and paint penetrations, while reinforcing help-side rotations and rebounding discipline. Upcoming tests will come from defensive specialists scheming to neutralize Clark's range and front court's intent on crashing the boards. In Indiana's war room, Coach Stephanie White will drill defensive cohesion, prioritizing help-side rotations, rapid closeouts, and box-out drills to thwart paint-heavy lineups. Offensively, practices will script nuanced pick-and-roll variations, with Clark reading drop coverage to ignite drive-and-dish sequences or trigger staggered screens for Mitchell and Hull. Boston's roll-and-pop responsibilities will add a secondary spacing threat, while scouting reports will instruct defenders to bait Liberty guards into drifted closeouts, opening transitional mismatches. For the Liberty, Ionescu's court vision and Stewart's two-way dominance remain unassailable pillars. Their transition prowess and veteran savvy allow them to weather adversity, but this defeat spotlights bench deficiencies, down 28-17 in scoring, and a lack of reliable secondary options in Jones's and Phoebix's absence. Opportunities lie in recalibrating rotations to bolster bench confidence and refining half-court spacing to free Stewart in post-entry actions. Yet threats loom. Teams that can stymie Ionescu's drives will force contested jumpers, and as the season grinds on, the burden on New York stars may deepen without steadier role player contributions. Sandy Brondello's Liberty bunker will revolve around exhaustive tape study, isolating late quarter lapses and transition breakdowns. Perimeter closeout drills and shell coverage communication will be emphasized to contain Clark's pull-up arsenal. Offensive sets will be retooled to unlock Stewart in high post actions, granting her distributor duties to spark cutter movement and wing opportunities. Bench rotations will be stress-tested in simulated crunch time scrimmages, fostering cohesion and confidence for a deeper second unit capable of sustaining momentum when the stars rest. Indiana's 102-88 win on June 14th not only snapped the Liberty streak, but also redefined the Fever's strategic outlook as Caitlin Clark reasserted herself. As both franchises regroup, the sharpened SWOT insights and war room directives born from this encounter will chart their trajectories and stoke what promises to be one of the WNBA's fiercest rivalries. Thanks for watching Jintatski Sports. If that video hit home or gave you something to think about, drop a like and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the heart of sports to life. Until next time, stay inspired and keep chasing greatness.